Mechanical properties of fluids. Topic: Bernoulli's principle. Consider an incompressible fluid flowing along a pipe of decreasing radius. To ensure continuity of flow, that is, the mass flowing into the pipe must be equal to the mass flowing out of the pipe. The velocity of fluid must necessarily increase when it moves through smaller cross-sectional area. Here we can see a pipe, a horizontal pipe of varying area of cross-section. So to maintain continuity of flow, when there is a fluid flow, the particles will move with greater velocity when it moves through a pipe of lesser area of cross-section. And you can see here the velocity of the particle moving through the smaller pipe has got larger velocity. So as we showed, when a fluid flows into a narrower channel, its speed increases. That means its kinetic energy also increases. The increased kinetic energy comes from the net work done on the fluid to push it into the channel. That is according to work energy theorem. Also, if the fluid changes vertical position, work is done on the fluid by the gravitational force. The application of the principle of conservation of energy to frictionless laminar flow leads to a very useful relation called Bernoulli's equation, named after Daniel Bernoulli, who lived in the period 1700 to 1782. Now we'll derive Bernoulli's equation. For that, we'll consider a pipe of varying area of cross-section and maintained at different heights. So consider an incompressible fluid flowing through a pipe that has a varying diameter and height, as shown. The subscripts 1 and 2 in the figure denotes two locations along the pipe and illustrate the relationships between the areas of the cross-sections, the speed of flow, the height from the ground, and the pressure at each point. So P1, A1, V1 and Y1 are the pressure, area of cross-section, velocity of the particles moving through the first region, and Y1 the height of the pipe from the ground, that is at the first region. Similarly, we have P2, A2, V2 and Y2, the corresponding quantities in the second region. So to maintain continuity of liquid flow, the particles as it moves through lesser area of cross-section will move with greater velocity. So here V2 is greater than V1. So that in a given time dt, the particles moving through narrow area of cross-section covers a distance dx2 which is greater than that produced in the first region, that is dx1. So that A2 into dx2, that is the volume of liquid flow, is equal to A1 into dx1. Hence, we can maintain continuity of flow. To derive Bernoulli's equation, we first calculate the work that was done on the fluid. Since there is a pressure difference at the two regions, the force generated does work on the system. And the work is given by dW equals F1 dx1 minus F2 dx2. Substituting the values of F1 and F2, we get dW is equal to P1 A1 dx1 minus P2 A2 dx2, where P1 A1 is equal to F1 and P2 A2 is equal to F2. Now, A1 into dx1 represents the volume of liquid flowing into the pipe in a time dt, and A2 dx2 is the volume flowing out of the pipe in the same time dt. Since the volumes are same and say it is dV, we get dW is equal to P1 dV minus P2 dV. That is equal to P1 minus P2 into dV. The work done was due to the conservative force of gravity and the change in the kinetic energy of the fluid. Now the change in kinetic energy is given by dk equals half m2 v2 square minus half m1 v1 square, which is equal to half rho dv into v2 square minus v1 square. Because mass entering the pipe equals mass leaving the pipe. So m2 is equal to m1, say it is equal to m. Now this mass can be replaced in terms of density of the liquid and volume of the liquid. That is, mass m is equal to density rho into the volume flowing, that is dV. So we get dk is equal to half rho dV into v2 square minus v1 square. And the corresponding change in potential energy is given by du is equal to mgy2 minus mgy1, which is equal to rho dvg into y2 minus y1. Hence, according to work energy theorem, we have dW is equal to change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. Now, substituting the values of dW, dk and du, we get P1 minus P2 dV equals half rho dV into v2 square minus v1 square plus rho dvg into y2 minus y1. On rearranging the terms, that is bringing the terms having subscript 1 to one side and 2 to the other side, we will get an equation of this form: P1 plus half rho v1 square plus rho g y1 equal to P2 plus half rho v2 square plus rho g y2. This relation states that the mechanical energy of any part of the fluid changes as a result of the work done by the fluid external to that part due to varying pressure along the way. Since the 2 points were chosen arbitrarily, we can write Bernoulli's equation more generally as a conservation principle along the flow, and we have P plus half rho v square plus rho g y equal to a constant. In words, the Bernoulli's relation may be stated as follows. As we move along a streamline, the sum of pressure, the kinetic energy per unit volume, which is half rho v square, and the potential energy per unit volume, which is rho g y, remains a constant. In applying the energy conservation principle, there is an assumption that no energy is lost due to friction. But in fact, when liquid flows or a fluid flows, some energy does get lost due to internal friction. This arises due to the fact that in a fluid flow, the different layers of the fluid flow with different velocities. These layers exert frictional forces on each other, resulting in a loss of energy. This property of the fluid is called viscosity. The lost kinetic energy of the fluid gets converted into heat energy. Thus, Bernoulli's equation ideally applies to fluids with zero viscosity or non-viscous fluids. Another restriction on application of Bernoulli's theorem is that the fluids must be incompressible, as the elastic energy of the fluid is also not taken into consideration. In practice, it has a large number of useful applications and can help explain a wide variety of phenomena for low viscosity incompressible fluids. Bernoulli's equation also does not hold for non-steady or turbulent flows, because in that situation, velocity and pressure are constantly fluctuating in time.